Today on Outdoor University, we're first going to be honing our skills with a CZ shotgun. We're going bird hunting and pheasant hunting in Middle Tennessee on a preserve. It's going to allow us the opportunity to have plenty of shooting. Then we're going to move over to Kentucky. We're watching old Charlie Ingram. I mean, he's getting ready to get a really, really big Kentucky buck. Y'all stay tuned. We'll be right back on Outdoor University.
It's time for Outdoor University with Charlie Ingram and Dirt King. Join nationally known outdoorsmen Charlie Ingram and Dirt King as they give you the inside tips on hunting. Whether you're after white-tailed deer, wild turkey, elk, or ducks and geese, Outdoor University can teach you all the fine points that will make you a better hunter. We are near Columbia, Tennessee, about an hour and a half outside Nashville, with Dirt King, Alice Polocheva, and John Worrell. Alice is an expert pistol shooter, both target and competition, and she's president of CZ USA, the American division of one of the world's largest firearms manufacturers. John is chairman of American Walnut. If you have a walnut stock on your gun, it probably came from John's company. John and Alice have hunted all over the world, and when CZ introduced a new line of shotguns, Middle Tennessee was the perfect place to try them out.
You know, in December of this year, we were in a place right off the Duck River with a guy named Jim Thomas. Great dogs, some of the best quail and pheasant hunting that you can find anywhere in the South. I mean, it's a plantation hunt out of this world. Buddy, let's go shoot some. I think you're gonna give us a safety course here first.
That's what we're gonna do.
Okay.
What we want to do is to make sure that we're going to have a good time out there. One, think safety first. You got great guns to shoot with. Every now and then we're going to ask if it's on safety or not. That's just one of our checks to make sure.
The rule here is keep your shots at least shoulder high and look out for the dog. And Hank, the English pointer, is doing more work than he would most places. The dogs are trained to flush the birds themselves on a signal from Jim.
Alice, you loaded?
I'm loaded and safe.
I believe he's got one here in front of you.
Okay.
Buddy, they were getting out of there like a rocket ship, weren't they? There's one of them. Okay.
Whew.
It's always the first flush is the one that gets the heart racing, doesn't it?
You're right. It's a good start, and every dog works different way. So, you know, it gave me an idea how this dog works and his body language. So next time we'll be a little faster and we'll get some more birds.
Hunters here can shoot pheasant or quail and raised birds or wild, and they're all fast enough to provide a real challenge.
Well done, well done. Big bird, getting ready to go, getting ready to go. Took the ring off of that one, didn't you? Good boy, Hank.
Oh, man. They were flying like a rocket, too.
They do all right,
Woo,
don't they?
buddy.
You know, these birds been out since they were 4.5 weeks of age. We always put birds out as a guarantee, but these are the coveys that we're after. You know, they don't fly like this if you put them out that day.
No.
Oh, no.
And so
Those
we
birds are
take
wild
great
birds.
pride in. You can see we still got food on the stock. So they're good, healthy birds, good eating birds. They fly well and they're a challenge. No gimmies
They
here.
do fly very well.
We're good.
Sure do.
Let's go see if we can find another one.
Yeah, Alice is going to give me a lesson.
Alice, you ready?
I'm ready.
That dog knows there has to be a bird in there somewhere.
Oh, pheasant. There you go. Good shot, Alice. I guess that side-by-side works for you. What do you think?
I think this one is not going anywhere.
Whew, that's what you call getting up under your feet, isn't it?
And nothing out here will get your attention quite like a bird you didn't expect.
That was a good shot there. I guess the over and under is working well for
The
you.
over and under works very well, yes.
That was a surprise bird and you were right on it.
Well, Alice,
You're the man.
I don't do a lot of things, but most of the time I do better when I'm surprised.
Good boy, Hank.
So you're cooking tonight, Dirt?
Yes.
Now, you shot this one, right? And Dirt, what happened?
Well, that's the only thing he was showing me, you know what I mean? What do you think about your buddy John just letting us both shoot then? He just laid back like a big snake and said, y'all go ahead and shoot.
he was just a gentleman. John, thank you. Thank you for letting me shooting that.
Dirt was pretty sure that Alice was going to do well here, but this is going better than anyone expected.
Yeah, we started out in the gentleman's course, which is kind of manicured and not typical of Tennessee true hunting. So now what we're going to do is come out of here where we got a good warm-up, saw a couple coveys of birds, some pheasants. Now we're going to creep through the cedars and the hardwoods where they're actually at, where the wild birds are.
There's a real trend in the U.S. to go back to traditional side-by-side and over and unders, and it lends itself to the lineage and the history and the heritage of the shooting sports.
Boswell, ready? Ha!
I got two.
Boswell, ready? Ha!
Oh man, doggy
Too low.
Doggy was too close. Come on in, Hank, right there at 20 feet in front of you, slightly right.
You can count on the dogs working hard here, and a really experienced hunter can often tell where they're going to point.
Got it. You'll get some dog treats.
The dogs are moving all the time, and you really need a good dog here because there's so much ground to cover and so many places that birds could be.
Easy. Great shot. Oh, that first one was big.
So on that fine December day over here in Middle Tennessee, we had the opportunity to try the CZ over and unders, side by sides in all gauges, 410s through 12s. We also tried their semi-automatic shotgun, the 712. All of them work superb, as you're going to see. So Alex, that's a really, really pretty gun. That's a case hardened, obviously. And what do you call this one?
This is a Bob White 12 gauge side by side with the English stock and with the double trigger. Just kind of a retro look for the favorite side by side.
It's very pretty.
And the nice thing about this gun is we offer it with 12 gauge, 20 gauge, 28, all the way down to 410, and the receiver is specific to the caliber. So if you want a 410, it's really petite gun.
There you go. That bird fell. That bird fell. High five. John, incredible shot. Unbelievable. Hunt dead. Hank, come around. Here. My bird.
Good dog.
Well done.
We were surprised to learn that Jim does not try to clear all the natural predators off the farm. He says you don't want too many coyotes or bobcats around the birds, but you do need some just to keep them from getting too tame.
We've really increased the bird population as far as hawks and those types of predators, but it's a give and take.
Right.
You appreciate them for what they are, but they also are very hard on our birds. But they also make them act the way they do. You kill all the predators, these birds would be like chickens.
Right.
So you got to have some kind of predation out here so that the birds understand the relationship between us and them, and they act like wild birds.
They call this old-time farm hunting, the way it used to be done.
Too low for me. I like the dog.
This is some tough hunting, but if it was too easy, it wouldn't be any fun.
You know, the way the birds got up in that close quarters up there and then got into that cane, buddy, that's about as tough as I.
Yeah, they're little bullets. One of the things we didn't want to try and reproduce Kansas. We're in Tennessee. We want it to be like Tennessee farm hunting the way it used to be. We're proud of the large coveys that we produce here every year, and a lot of that goes to our theory of how we run the business.
Here they go. Folks, if you get a chance, go try out one of these CZ shotguns. Take a look, you're gonna love it.
Old Dirt says the birds fly like rockets, and sometimes the rockets take off just a little faster than a shooter can keep up with. But that's part of what makes this such enjoyable hunting.
Keep shooting. Bring that bird. Good job. You are my super dog. My bird.
Jim does grow some really fine birds out here, and they look just as good on a plate as they do in the field. There is a lot more to this than just setting birds out here and watching them grow. Responsible management means providing the best possible nutrition for the game, and here, that means clover from the Whitetail Institute.
But in the tough months, in the winter months, this stuff is still growing. And if we pull the craws out of some of these quail, you'll see that they'll come in and pick this out. And then in the springtime, this is exactly where they'll be.
And you've done an incredible job, Jim.
Well, I appreciate it. The work pays off. You put the time in the spring, it pays off in the fall.
Those wildlife plots you had over there, man, all of this is great.
I had a great time. Thank you very much. It was a first time in Tennessee, and I know I'll be back.
John, it's always good to see you.
It's good to be here. It's a great hunt. Good equipment, good people. Fantastic place, Jim. You've done a great job.
You know, it's like Jim said too, these upland game guns that CZ's building, they're beautiful. They're European style. Please go try them because it's the right stuff.
You can learn more about those CZ shotguns on our website, outdooruniversity.tv.
So if you enjoyed that first segment on great wing shooting, I mean, we were really out there tuning our skills. You stay tuned because we're going to show you some unbelievable deer in the state of Kentucky. We'll be right back on Outdoor University.
Today, Old Dirt and Charlie are hunting with Wayne Holt of Hornady Bullets. They're in western Kentucky in Christian County. That's right near Hopkinsville. And we're going to be chasing some big farmland bucks. Dirt and Wayne are hunting several hundred acres of woods, wheat, corn, and bean fields. It's about as good a habitat as you're going to find. Charlie saw a really big buck here a couple of years ago, but it was out of range. So Wayne is thinking the big one might still be out here. And he's not in the woods for long when he walks up on some action. Now that raises a question. Why are those deer running? And right here is the answer. Wayne is a sales and marketing manager at Hornady, and today he's shooting Hornady's .50 caliber Sabo in a Thompson Center muzzleloader. He has a good shot, but he's looking for the big one. And Wayne decides that while this is a nice deer, it's just not big enough.
Did you see the look on his face when he realized we were standing here? That was funny.
That was 7 point, wasn't it?
I think it was. He wasn't big enough to shoot, I didn't think. Could have shot him, but I didn't think he was big enough. He needs another ear. But those two does walked right up on us. I mean, that was amazing. Well, that was worth the morning right there. He had a very startled look on his face.
There's a lot of ground to cover here. Dirt joins the hunt a little later, and around midday they get into a field of green wheat, just as a few deer are leaving. So the plan for now is to hold still behind this little thicket, see if the deer come back into sight.
That's about the only thing you can do in the middle of the day. Look at these new spots. And just as we got into the field, there were a bunch of deer in this thicket. They're moving up there toward the top. The reason we stopped here, we thought maybe they might bust out into this field. There's another one up there on the left. There he is.
Is he good?
Yep, he's good enough. You get him.
No, man, he's out there too far.
That's pretty though, isn't it? Busting out through there. That was a good call you made. Deer went right down the thicket, turned right out across the field.
Well, there ain't no place for him to go other than that.
Right, right.
And when he hits that, there ain't no place for him to go. He's probably stopped up there.
I'm sure he is.
This part of Kentucky grows some remarkable deer. There's plenty of food, the habitat is just about perfect, and there's really not that much hunting pressure.
A couple of slickheads coming out there for a little salad.
Yes.
Right here is an example of why you want to be patient in the field. Watching the does eat and the spider webs blowing by can get old after a while, until something like this shows up.
You won't believe it, I can't get him. I see him now. David, I don't know if I can get him.
Listen.
Wayne spots a really nice mature buck, but he just can't line up the shot he wants.
Wait a minute, I lost him. I lost him.
That sun's got you, man.
It does, I can't see him.
And that's the last we'll see of that buck today.
You know, when you're as important as you are and have to go build bullets tomorrow, you wouldn't care if I went out there and tried to kill that old big deer, would you?
No, I'd appreciate it if you took care of that piece of unfinished business.
Now that we've finished our hunt with Dirt and Wayne, let's go see how Charlie's doing. He's hunting near his cabin just a few miles away. This just may be the quickest hunt Charlie's ever been on. Charlie headed to his stand just before daylight, and he wasn't even all the way up in the tree before he started seeing deer.
We know I got to the tree just a little bit late. It was just turning daylight, and I climbed up into the stand, and just as I stepped over in the stand, an 8-point, small 8-point, ran out in the field. It was so early that I had to use binoculars to even really tell how big a deer it was. So I got up, and I usually pull my gun up with a rope, and I looked over in the edge of the woods, and lo and behold, here come this giant deer walking down through there. So I picked up my Thompson Center with that .308 Hornet in it and shot him just stone dead right there.
Yeah, buddy, that's a giant, I'm telling you. I can't even see him unless I look it through the scope. He's a giant. I don't know whether the camera will get him or not. I want you to look. What a deer. Goodness, what a deer. Unbelievable. That's a first for me in all my years of deer hunting to ever shoot one before I ever untied the gun. Unbelievable. I don't guess I need to untie it now, do I? I'm done. Whew, what a day. I like to see 4 points. I know he's a 10 at least. Boys, I'm gonna tell you, that's a giant right there, and they don't get much bigger than that. Goodness, look at the brow tine. 5-inch brow tine. What a deer, golly. I mean, this deer is old. Yeah, he's done. I want you to look, what a deer, goodness. Look at this. Is that not something?
Well, as you can see by the footage, my old buddy Wayne Holt, he's kind of particular about which ones he's going to shoot. But I got to tell you, that's the same thing Charlie Ingram did last year. They let that big buck go, and that's exactly what Wayne Holt did. I hope next year we'll be able to show you that buck that Wayne turned loose, just like this one that Charlie turned loose last year, because as you see, that is a tremendous buck. As a matter of fact, right down the road, Christian County, Kentucky, there may have been a new state record set this year while we were there. So, from old Charlie and Dirt, y'all watch us again on Outdoor University.